What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Abbott Elementary, guys. So this video is a re-recorded video because I did do the review on Friday, but I realized I was thankfully informed by a subscriber I uploaded the wrong video, and then by the time I noticed that I had uploaded the wrong video, I had deleted it from my phone, deleted it on my laptop, so I couldn't just go in and put it back up there, but it is what it is. So this is episode 4, this is season 4, episode 21, and this episode is titled Rally, you guys. Now, before I do go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and get into this episode of Abbott Elementary, shall we? All right, you guys. So quickly before I get into the video, I do want to let you guys know, since I was out of town this weekend, that's why all these videos, well, this one is late because of me. But since I was out of town, I do want to do the Never Ever Meets. And that video, I'm probably going to end up putting that out on Monday, right along with the Real Housewives of Atlanta and the Baddies Reunion Part 1. I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, this episode, we see the teachers, so they're in the lounge, right? And they're talking about the year-end trip, right? So Janine was planning to take the kids to the aquarium, but they can't go to the aquarium because something's happened at the aquarium after the Super Bowl. And so it won't be open by the time for the end of the year trip, right? So Jacob suggests that they go to New York, right? And, you know, Janine was like, you know what? We can do that next year. But no, that's not what we're going to do. She said they're going to go to the Please Touch Museum. I was like, oh, so it's a museum where they want you to touch stuff, right? So we also find out that to this day, in particular, they're going to be going before the district to talk to the district about getting Ava her job back, right? And so Gregory has let them know, hey, I got subs for you guys for the rest of the day, so you guys don't have anything to really worry about when it comes to school, right? So then we see as Ava, Melissa, Barbara, Janine, and Jacob, they're all before the board, right? So Ava is just talking about the fact that, hey, everything that I did was to help the teachers and the students, which is true. And it's really sad that she had to go this, I mean, it's sad that Ava had to go the route of blackmail to get what she wanted and will get what the students needed and deserved, right? So then Jacob and Barbara tried to get up and, you know, have some comments. Jacob, he fell flat. Barbara tried to use religion, and I think one of them was like, that ain't for me. So then Melissa spoke. When Melissa spoke, the white woman that was there, she's like, that felt like a threat. I was like, it should feel like a threat because it was a threat, ma'am. So the district said, you know what? Denied. Principal Coleman is still going to be fired, right? And I was like, oh, y'all some bitchs. So Janine stood up and she's like, well, there's some evidence that has come to light that we would like to present to you. So the district gave them 30 seconds to, talk about it, right? So Janine and them stepped outside in the hallway and they were like, okay, Janine, what's this new evidence? She's like, I was really just stalling. I didn't have anything, right? But then Janine was like, you know what? Remember, when they came to the school and they told us if any of the teachers had anything to do with this, we would get suspended. And so how about we go back in there, say we were the ones that were behind this, Ava wasn't, and Ava gets her job back. And Janine's feeling that they won't suspend them because there's, they can't really get any substitute teachers at this current time, right? Melissa, however, she's like, I don't feel comfortable with owning up to doing something. I don't feel comfortable with that. So they went back in. Everybody stood up and said, hey, it wasn't Ava who did it. It was us. Melissa said, I may or may not have known about this. And so the board said, okay, you're all suspended for a week. And they were like, whoa, what, a week? What about subs? They were like, we don't care about that. That ain't got shit to do with us. And then so they were like, so Ava gets her job back, right? And the district was like, absolutely not. She does not get her job back. She's still fired because she lied to us. And Ava was like, way to go, Janine. So then we see as Gregory is back at Abbott, right? And Miles stops by. So Miles is a guy from the country, from the golf club, right? So Gregory and Miles are talking about, the programs. Remember the program that Jacob got for his student and all the things, the archery stuff and all that kind of stuff for the kids. So Gregory is talking to Miles, making sure that, hey, everything that we've done with the kids, that's gonna still be in place, right? And Miles is like, what's in it for me? And so Gregory had to basically tell him, it could be a tax write-off, it could be a lot of things. And he was like, okay, good blackmail. He was like, it's not blackmail, but if you say so, right? So then we see as, back over there with the district, we, actually, I got ahead of myself. I did this in the earlier review. I got ahead of myself with the whole district stuff, right? But we're back at Abbott, right? So Jacob is talking to his class, telling them, he's going to be on a leave, he's going to be on a leave for a week with, I think he said in solidarity with Principal Coleman. And his kids are like, that's cap. They suspended you. And so his students were like, what do we need to do to protest this, right? And Jacob was like, you guys don't need to do anything. This is, this is on me. So then we see as Janine is talking to her students, right? Janine is also telling her students, Mrs. Teague is going to be, may not be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So one of her students asked, well, will you be back in time for Earth Week? And so we see her and Greg and Jacob, I don't know, she's like, I won't be back for Earth Week. And we found out from Gregory that Gregory has interviewed for the role of principal. And I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting, right? We also found out that Morton has interviewed for it as well. I was like, oh God. So the teachers are like, we don't want Morton as principal, and we don't want some new schmuck to come in and, where we've all formed this relationship with each other. So they got to figure out a way to get Ava her job back, right? So meanwhile, we see Gregory. So Gregory is looking for substitute teachers for the teachers next week, right? He called Tariq and he called that Mama Crystal, who has bitch tattooed across her chest, right? So Tariq was on the toilet and Gregory was like, is that just a background, Tariq? And Tariq flushed the toilet. He said, okay. So when he asked for a sub because of what happened with the ladies, with the teachers, right? Tariq was ready to come down. He was like, Tariq, you don't have to stand up. And it's funny because Crystal was like, they're going to make this bitch become that bitch, because there's a sign in the back of her that says, I think it says that bitch or something like that, right? But it said they're going to make this bitch become that bitch. Now, we see as the teachers are trying to brainstorm about what they need to do to get Ava her job back. So they were like, the charter schools, if Abbott was a charter school, we wouldn't even have these problems. So they were like, okay, what steps do we need to take for Abbott to become a charter school? So they looked up what they need to do to become a charter school. They were like, that's out the question. And then they, while they're trying to brainstorm, the kids are coming in. Not Gregory, but Jacob's students are coming in asking Barbara to borrow some markers, right? Then another group of students has the megaphone from last week's episode when Jacob scared the hell out them drug dealers, right? I was like, y'all don't realize what y'all kids are doing, do you? They didn't catch on to it until the white lady from the district came to them telling them, what you guys are doing, it won't work, right? Now, Gregory is all about Ava getting her job back, right? Until he saw that first paycheck as a principal, which I still wonder the question when it comes to Gregory. I'm sure Abbott should have an assistant principal. Like, couldn't he be an assistant principal? I know he wouldn't make as much money as Ava, but he would still make pretty good money. I mean, my assistant principal when I was in middle school, I know that sister was making good money. Miss Landa, she had to make some, because baby, she had a nice fancy car. She had nice. I mean, the woman always came in a nice suit every day, heels. Now they were kitten heels, but nonetheless came in with some designer heels. So I mean, why don't Gregory try to be the assistant principal? But that's neither here nor there, right? But like I said, the woman from the school district told the teachers what they're doing, it won't work because the kids are, staging a walkout, a protest, right? So she told them, okay, the rest of the members of the district, they're going to be here and we'll listen to what you guys have to say, right? So we see as they had the kids and the teachers in the fucked up gym, right? And so they're talking to the kids are talking. Morden is talking about these people are his best friends. He loves these people. I was like, oh God. Ava came in and was like, wait a minute. So Morden is basically like your ace in the hole? She's like, I'm cooked. And so then the district said, you know what? We made our decision. Even after hearing what the kids are saying to them, they still decide the Principal Coleman, still fired, and the teachers are still suspended. That is until the community come in. The parents came in, the blacks came in, right? Ava's dad and the rest of the community members came in. It was a lot of people that came in solidarity and in support of Ava and in support of the principal and in support of the teachers. Even Crystal came, and they were looking at Crystal like, ain't that the heifer that turned Ava in the first fucking place? What the hell is she doing here? But Crystal came in and she was like, Principal Coleman, she fights for her students and you guys are making an egregious mistake by firing her. And so, they were like, you know what? We're going to go back to our original decision and we're going to reinstate Principal Coleman and the teachers aren't suspended. I was like, oh, y'all don't want them problems on your hand. Okay. And Ava told Crystal, and I was like, aw, y'all had a little thug tear in my eye. Had a little bit of a thug tear. So then we see as, Ava's dad came up to her, told her how proud of her he was, and that, if she needs anything from him, he'll be around for her, right? And so then we see as Ava thanked Gregory for holding the place down while she was gone. And that was the episode, you guys. Now, the end of the episode, Barbara and Melissa, they were looking forward to having, a little bit of a week reprieve from teaching. So Tariq came down and he was like, I came to fill in. And Barbara looked at Tariq like, Tariq, nobody's suspended. But they were able to utilize Tariq. Now, mind you, I forgot to mention this part with Tariq. So when Gregory called Tariq to come down to the school, Tariq told Gregory he could help with everything with the exception of math, science, history, and read English. I was like, then what the fuck is the purpose of you coming down, Tariq? And then Tariq is telling the kids he don't remember anything that he learned past the age of 12. I was like, Tariq, the age of 12? So you don't remember anything from middle school and high school? Because I'm assuming you didn't go to college. Maybe you did go to college. If you did go to college, sir, you don't remember shit. But okay, Tariq, whatever. But that's the episode. Because he asked the kids to help him draft a text to his landlord asking for a rent decrease. I was like, oh my God, Tariq. But yeah, that's the episode, you guys. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, you guys, and share the video. And until the next time, you guys, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And as I said earlier in the review, be sure, like I said in the review, Raising Canaan, I didn't mention this, but Raising Canaan is after Abbott. And then we will have, on Monday, Real Housewives of Atlanta and Baddies. And then I'm going to sneak in the Never Ever Met, you guys. But that's it. As always, you guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one if I didn't already say that stuff. Bye, guys.